where it really stemmed from old 11 on and getting that arm win in 6 minutes on the Legion Commander, taking out Fly on that lifestealer 3 straight times. I wasn't expecting the first one, nor was I expecting the second or third time that they were able to get that kill on a Fly solo. And from there, it turned into a pretty abysmal laning phase for everybody, I would say, but the TA. And it ultimately didn't end up being enough for IG to bring it back. So now we're at a game 3 between these two teams.
5 seconds
remaining. So, joined here once again by Winter, ready to break this one down for you guys once again. And so far we've got our bans as follows with the Nature's Prophet, the Earth Spirit again, Mars, Dragonite, and then Nyx, Ancient Apparition, and Timber. So I wonder if first pick this time with IG, if the Void Spirit gets through, if they'll take it.
Do you know who won the coin? Do you know who won the coin toss? It's just like a switch over again.
The mid matchup, I think decides it. I'm not sure if that only decides it for the first game though, because they did a 1v1 mid before the game starts.
10 seconds remaining.
What, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be for the next series too. They do a 1v1 mid. I think the Chinese community votes on who plays it and what heroes they get to play, and it was Kaka against Xnova, and Kaka ended up winning it.
But there's a shadow demon.
5 seconds remaining.
If you really wanted to go to the lifestealer, you could throw the Void Spirit in the off lane and throw Death Prophet back over mid.
Yeah, you could, but I don't know if it's good. Otherwise, they're just gonna probably go for some, reload. They need like some catch on the other support. Disruptor, maybe a lion, really nice. I mean, reload is great because she can protect the tombstone with the fear. Gyro is gonna wanna hit the tombstone in the team fights. It's decent, not bad. It works with their gives them more tower damage. Not to say, but it's not so good against Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is like a really good hero against Bristleback. Because of the Soul Catcher, you can always deal so much damage to him. The Bristleback becomes not tanky against SD.
So we'll be in off-lane Bristleback. You've got the 4 position, Rubik, FY, Xnova on the Undying, Somnus on that Void Spirit mid, and Chalice on the safe lane, Death Prophet. And
it's
it
like
will
a
be
repeat of the second
line.
game. Yeah, it's like a repeat of the second game drop. Sorry, 4 position line, right?
Yeah. Kaka has the 4, so it will be that 4 position line getting a little bit of priority on that farm.
Like IG once again has a very straightforward, like very easy to play drop, like easy to execute. Everything is like very set in stone, very clear. And LGD has a drop that has very strong lanes, but they don't have as well balanced drop as the Radiant.
So, who are you liking here between the two teams more? Are we seeing, because
I always like the draft that has a easier way of executing, which is the Radiant draft this time. But that's also the last game. I also like their draft more the last game, but they lost their lanes way too much. So this game, I hope that doesn't happen for them. I guess it probably won't, because this time he's on a Gyro. Gyro against Bristleback. But the link itself can go wrong. It all depends on the first 2 waves, like who gets the last hit on the range or gets denied. And you get to a level 2 or level 3 faster than the enemy side. And then you're going to see 1 kill lead into another, and the lane will be over for the Bristol. I think this lane is going to be very volatile. It's all going to come down to the first 3 waves. But the Bristleback, what he can do is like go behind the creeps and just cut the creep. That would be an option for him as well if he doesn't want to confront the lane. And Radiant seems like to make sure that this Bristleback has no game, which is also a really good idea. Because I think the Centaur can actually do well in the lane alone against the Lion and PP. He's gonna get pressure, but he can cut the wave and just get some level. It's gonna completely destroy this booster back.
We've got the Centaur looking to do the same thing again. You know, gets the shared tango and looking to grab the bounty rune and get that ring of Taras.
I mean the ring of Taras, yeah. But if you think more about what's important, if you have a poor, say you have a poor Bristol and the other enemy has a poor Centaur, I think a poor Centaur would definitely contribute a lot more than a poor Bristol back. So I think this is going to be a good trade for IG if they decide to try lane.
So this could just be for first blood.
Yeah.
No go. Rocket Barrage coming through an old 11. A lot of damage being done with the Shadow Poison on this Bristleback. And they are looking to maybe focus Ollie. A lot of damage coming through where Shadow Demon with the stacks of bristles on him is in a lot of trouble and ends up dead. So first blood there for LGD. I think a little bit of overconfidence there. From
they got 4 runes and first blood. Serious?
Wow.
4 runes and that's like 1,000 gold. Is it 1,000 gold? 1,000.
40 each. Yeah, times 5, 200. Or no, 800 gold.
Yeah, but with the first blood. Oh, okay.
Oh, and first blood. Yeah,
actually,
you included first blood. I
Yeah,
didn't.
the second kill would definitely make it around 1,000.
Yeah, a 1,000 net worth lead already, and I'm not gonna get any of the bounty runes. It's like JT was hoping to get at least one, so he could have the Ring of Tarask a little quicker than this.
Oh dear. So once again, IG is gonna be off to a tough start in the lanes.
Ooh.
So that kill is gonna for sure. But I think the Bristleback I think he kind of wants to die and come back because he used up so much mana in the. I feel like he doesn't really mind dying, to be honest. And he's gonna bring the boots for the Rubik. It's not a terrible death.
It's you know, one that definitely IG had needed. You're talking about how they want to shut down this Bristleback, and they. Are you surprised that they're not going with the 3-1-1?
Yeah, a little bit. But I think they feel like they can win the top lane if the Centaur is with the Lion. Because if you wanted to do the 3-1-1, I don't think he would start his items like this. We want Tango, he wants to rush the ring of Taros like that. But I feel like even with the Lion here, the Centaur is not going to have a good time because it's an Undying. Undying is very, very hard to deal with for any strength hero for that matter. That's why I felt like the tri-lane would have been a reasonable option for them. Right now, the Centaur is just getting pushed out of the lane.
Whoa,
so
Grip
he can't
Swarm!
really do much.
Whew, just on the edge, hits JT. And Kaka kind of has to be careful. He turns around for a moment and, oh my, that Grip Swarm. Scary as well, oh my. Yeah, this is LGD. Really dominating for the moment in a couple of these areas.
And how about the mid lane? 14, it's like 50-50. Alright, TP bot Lion, let's go. Don't go top anymore.
Yeah, especially FY surviving for a second. They've got 5 stacks of Shadow Poison out on old 11. It looks like maybe Fly wants to continue to go in, but Shadow Poison will run out and do about 2/3 damage.
Where is this TP going? Let's see. He's thinking about it right now. This TP is going to be very important. That will decide the game. A lot of where he's going. Also, he decides to TP top to help him, but I'm not sure if it's the right move. So they see the TP. The moment the TP is completed, Daya is going to pressure bot. The Bristleback is playing really, really.
Do they have the health and mana to play this aggressive though? He's got 7 wand charges, so, and he's also got the salve, so yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I think he can, as long as he knows that the Lion is not going to be able to come bot, then he can play aggressive. That's why I feel like the Lion's movement will dictate a lot of what's going to happen right now. Like he's giving a lot of room for this Bristleback to play the game.
Disruption out as well as the Rocket Barrage. FY throws a Fable that hits on both Ollie as well as Fly. And old 11, like he said, he wanted to play aggressive and he'll just continue to run forward with the Quill Spray.
Oh, that's
We'll lose
huge.
Old 11's courier that had the Ring of
That's
Regen
all
on it
his
as well as
mana. Was it
Gauntlet.
his mango? His mango and okay, maybe that's not worth it anymore now since he died. But the Bristleback has no regen now because the courier died. So the ideal situation is this Rubik has to go back and take his item, take some regen. Maybe some mango, some clarity for the Bristleback. So mid lane, the Conquest starting to pull ahead, like I expected with the Tidebringer harass. Eventually, he's gonna come out. And top lane Centaur is just gonna have a really hard time because of the Undying. Bounty runes coming up now. So let's see if it's gonna be 4-0 again for LGD.
No, this should be at
Probably.
least 2 top for IG, you'd like to hope.
Or the
Got the stack.
reverse sweep. Yeah, 2 apiece.
Thought Chalice might be able to steal that one. If he gets this kill on the Kaka, could potentially steal this other one, but not going to catch up
Strangler
to this
boots
line.
too quick.
Yeah, that early extra movement speed there from the Tranquils.
Yeah, and it's time for our first catapult. So we look at mid right now. We see 2 supports already moving over to mid lane to Undying TP mid to refill the bottle for the Void Spirit. And Kaka is around the neighborhood. Konka's level 6, so immediately
Got the X and pulls him
doesn't
back
have
into the
the
boat.
dissimulate. He doesn't have dissimulate, so can't dodge.
Yeah, they get the stun out on a Somnus. They'll get the kill. X Nova also rotates in. He's not going to die for this, though. Even at level 2, the decays make him more than tanky enough to withstand those 2 heroes coming in.
That's a much needed kill for IG there. Both the silence are not going too well for them before that. Right now, we see a TP. Void Spirit is coming in. He's level 5.
X once again, but there's the
The
Aether Remnant
Rune.
trying to grab the...
Oh, he got level 6.
Yeah, gets in front of it with the Astral Step, and now they might actually even lose the Kunkka. Sonus gets the kill. He's got some
clutch.
help.
That was really clutch. He landed the Aether Remnant so he could buy himself some time. And the creep
Radiant
did the creep and he got level 6. That was very clutch. And bot lane, 3 heroes towards the Bristleback. Can they kill him?
They'll try. Rocket Barrage, Quill Spray starting to stack up on Firefly. They've got the disruption, but there's the Fade Bolt. Kaka now needs to run. Hex comes
he's
in
stuck.
onto the Rubik, and Old 11 still surviving, but the homing missile will finish him off.
Not sure if that was intended, but he
Oh,
was
the
stuck.
turret.
He tried to put himself at the corner so the gyro couldn't go in front and land the rocket barrage from the front. But it actually killed him because the disrupt was actually able to trap him at the corner. Top lane, JT is trying to run away from the DP. Should be able to TB.
Yeah, I don't have a stun for that.
Great plays all around the map, so from both teams. So we're gonna see a bit more of a passive farming right now before we have more levels on each side. Oh, Konka is still
They're
at bottom.
going
He's
again.
gonna be able to, but he's a bit too tanky though. I don't think he can kill him. He's giving a lot of. I think this is a very important move. Whenever you have all these supports that need a lot of levels, it's pretty important for the core. One of the cores to make this kind of move, so the support can have a link to farm. But in the meantime, the Konka is just gonna have to just run around and just try to do whatever he can. He's alone now, so.
Ooh, Kaka on the run. Aether Remnant lands and gets the kill, but that allows Old 11 to go down and bottom as he was by himself. It's 8-4, it's pretty even.
And you can see the Shadow Demon there making the kill very easy because of the Soul Catcher. It's very, very deadly to the Bristleback. You have to buy some kind of Dispel later, like a Greaves or Lotus Orb to remove it in the fights.
Now, is Bristle the builder on either of those, or
Not sure though.
we sit somewhere else?
I can see him buying Lotus, but I'm not sure about the Greaves. I don't think he'll buy Greaves. But you only get Lotus like a third as your third item, I think. You don't get it early. So the Dire once again is bringing a lot of heroes down to. I think we saw the same move with the Death Prophet. think it was on IG. They did a move like this when their proper is level 6 and they move 4 people bottom. Exactly.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
And right now,
tower is under
the
attack.
top lane is vacant, so Rubik's gonna TP in to get the experience. I like this TP.
Bottom tower.
You don't really want to waste too much of the experience coming in here by having too many heroes on bottom lane. So 10-minute outpost, Dire is gonna try to defend the top outpost.
JT grabs it, but still 25 seconds to try and grab this back here for the Dire. Meanwhile, Aether Remnant down in a couple of spots. Somnus ends up TP.
And Dire is hiding. Look, he's really smart. He's waiting. He's not taking the outpost right away. He's gonna wait to the last moment before he tries to take it. So the Radiant can't really react. Torrent?
Oh, stops it in time!
That was so close.
Oh, man.
So
That was right on the edge. They dropped the tombstone down. X-Nova still dead. And this
that could have been
is
huge.
extra gold for the tombstone.
1 second. 1 second and Dire would have gotten both the outposts.
And we saw
So right now,
how
second
much that
wave
was a
of
big
Pepper.
deal too, right? In the first game.
Yeah, that was a really... They were supposed to get compared to the enemy supports, and FY here gonna get hit by the top. S-Mark still on cooldown.
disruption as well as the boat coming through, who will steal the boat, throws it over at the Kunkka. Lands onto the Shadow Demon, but
Yep.
nothing really.
And mid lane,
just
the
the boat.
DP is moving here with the catapult, but the center is gonna TP in to defend the top. So neutralizing the push attack by Dire. And Radiant has been doing a really good job at coming back into the game. Remember, they started off the game with 4 bounty runes towards the Dire and first blood to Dire.
It was an instant 1,000 net worth lead there for LGD.
Okay, let's see what is this Gyro gonna do. Is he gonna try to fight here with the core down? He's gonna move towards middle. Not sure though. Don't think they have enough firepower to push this tower right now. Dire is still really strong. They have to farm until they have at least more levels. And the Gyro actually doesn't have any fighting items. He went for the Morbid Mask. So he's going to go for the Mask of the farming item. So you're probably not going to see the Gyro too much outside of the jungle.
Do you think that IG can make enough space here for just the Gyro to get this farm? Because they've got a Kunkka who
He's gonna die.
is looking to be mobile. And
He's gonna die.
He might just be dead. The Astral Step comes forward as well as the Aether Remnant. Now it's on to Kaka. Now they've got the Dissimulate as the stun comes through to lock him up.
Backpack.
Disruption, boat flies in, Fly surviving. They've got the buyback coming out from the Lion, and now he's TP back over towards bottom. X pulls back X Nova, and now moving forward is Old 11. They'll get the kill there out onto Fly. Hex through onto the Bristle back, but Somnus still doing a lot of damage. They have the Silence out onto the Lion as well as the Shadow Demon. There's the Finger flying in to get the kill on FY. Now they look over at JT. They'll grab themselves a third. They did buyback on the Lion, so it ends up actually being 4 in favor of LGD.
Yeah, classic. I think classic mistake here. This is a very common mistake by carries. He was here farming, right? Remember, he TP'd here, the Gyro. He TP'd here, and then he walked here, and then he decided he cannot push, but then he went here. This is like the Dire area. He needed to go towards the top, even though they already killed this tower, but he needed to come here and play this way. This is the area that he's supposed to. But because he went bottom, and they were not strong enough, they took the fight, and they lost the fight, and the tower went down as well. So and he died. You know, the more important thing is the Gyro. And he's going for this kind of like very greedy farm-oriented build. The Mask of Madness. That's gonna slow him down by a bit, and because of that, Dire has a healthy 2k goalie, right? And Roshan is gonna be on the tables for them soon once they get the middle tower.
So, I mean, right now it's a 2,000 net worth lead for LGD. They've played this pretty perfectly up to this point. They're putting a lot of pressure on using that exorcism off cooldown just about every moment, you know, it comes back up. They used it to get the tier 2 tower over bottom. They get 4 kills. IG, is it reliant on how much space they can make here for the gyrocopter?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
Well, he needs like, say, 10, 15 minutes of space right now. And they're gonna have to like try to play the map very well. They shouldn't take head-on engages. They have to try to clear the creep, play with the creep waves, clear the creep waves, cut waves for singular pickups, like just one kill and run away, or trade lives. But they shouldn't really go too much of a head-on fight unless they are really confident like they can win the fight because of a rune or by outnumbering the X mark mid, FY.
Yeah, they're gonna try and get this
Seems like
Rubik, and Disruption also comes in onto a +1. That's old 11. The question is, can they follow this up to get the kill into the Bristleback? They've got the boat flying through. That lands, but from there, yeah, he's very tanky, and they just want to retreat off this. They'll use the Stampede to get some distance.
Not the biggest loss, just a support, but still, anything you can get as IG, you're not going to complain about it. You're just going to take and get it, be happy about it. And Gyro is going to be continuing farming, and we see a smoke after the 50-minute bounty run. So rather strange timing, but they're going to try to reclaim because I noticed this team, right, with IG team, they prioritize a lot of playing around this carry player. No matter where he is, at the right position or the wrong position, we're just going to try to play around him. And Daya right now is going to try to get the mid-tier 1 and move into Roche.
Astral Step. Centaur in trouble with the Aether Remnant, pulling them close, and now they've got the Telekinesis. Viscous Nasal Goo comes out with the help from the rest of the team to get the kill out on a JT, and like you said, that just turns into a tier 1.
They'll kill this tower and move into Roche, I think, or they're going to choose to defend the bottom tier. Russia seems to be a bigger appeal right now, I think, for Dire.
Yeah, can certainly get that Aegis on and continue to, extend that net worth lead, and they're going to go for it with the Exorcism.
So the trade-off Radiant is going to get this Gyro is going to be close to his BKB. He's halfway there. But they're still going to contest the Roche, keeping multiple heroes. Not sure if they are going to make it on time.
Looking for a Torn as well as the boat, but they can't get in. They still get the Aegis out on the Somnus. Now they're looking for these kills. The Aether Remnant hits onto the Shadow Demon, but there is the Lion Finger to take away the Aegis. They get the kill on Ali. Now they look for more of the Viscous Nasal Goo, slowing up this Kunkka, and it's starting to do a lot of damage. They'll use the Dissimulate to get behind enemy lines. They'll take out the Undying, or will they? X-Nova survives with just a sliver of health. JT ends up dead. They look over at the Kunkka. They've stolen the Stampede. They catch up at the side of the Radiant, and now they look over at this Lion to get themselves a 4th, and they lose just the Aegis.
Oh, do they know he's dead? Do they know? Oh, they scan! Oh dear, he's dead. No TP. They're gonna eventually find him, for sure. I think they even knew he TP'd into the fight, so there's no way he could get out.
And they'll search the trees. Can they find him? FY has spotted him. And this will be a full team wipe, technically. Aether Remnant locks him up. Even with the Rocket Barrage doing a lot of damage there on the FY. It is LGD with the full team wipe, now pulling away 6,000 net worth in their favor.
FY is the MVP there, man. If they didn't still Stampede, they probably couldn't have followed up with 2 or 3 kills at the end there. Gyro is not ready to fight, and he needs like way more items than this, Like the BKB, even if he gets his BKB, he's still gonna need like another item before he can actually another damage item. Maybe he'll go for what do you go for? Do you go for Butterfly after that? Or maybe you go for DP. He's not alone. He has the Undying around him.
Dead. Good kill there for IG. A big one on the Chalice.
They have a lot of wards around here. That's why they were able to pinpoint that he's alone. It's like 2 wards. It's a big kill.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can they actually? Did they see them? No, don't think so.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So IG is like doing a really good job at moving around. This is what they need. They move the enemy around the map, try to get as much farm as possible on the Gyro. Oh, he has no TP. Again, are they gonna scout him out here? Can they catch him? Oh, they see him. Oh dear, he has no TP again.
Just trying to run, just trying to get out of here. They look like they're gonna cut him off.
Can he
Goes
hide?
into the trees once again.
10 seconds. He needs 10 seconds.
LA Old 11's found him. They're so good at hide and seek. They've got the telekinesis. They'll wrap him up. They'll get the kill. They'll take out Fly for the second time within the trees. Oh, God. Yeah, he's caught without a TP for the second straight time.
I mean, the Dire had watched here, so they didn't see him going top, so they knew he was bottom. That's why they were able to find him. And now, as a result of that, 20 minutes outpost, I guess Dire is going to get both of them. And maybe even 4 bounty runs here. Or maybe 3. 3 bounties. That's a huge loss for Radiant. Gyro has 1,000 gold more to go before he gets split.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah, able to get
Okay.
well done, a lion.
X as well as
That's
the
a
TP.
big deal.
And Bristle can't even, can't get that solo kill there on the Lion. But not that he's really meant
No
to. He's
stunts.
farming up right now, and he is
No
going into that
stunts,
Lotus
brother.
Orb.
Yeah, the Lotus is going to make him much stronger in the team fights against the Shadow Demon. Very, very necessary. Right now, I think if you're Dire, you want to invade this area. Dire wants to come over and take this area right now. Bristleback has a TP. He even has a Essence String. That's a really good item on him. Oh, they seem like they're waiting for something. What are they waiting for? I feel like everyone has everything. I don't think they actually need to wait for anything. The longer the Bristleback stays here, he's gonna die. What is going on? Why is he here alone? Okay, his team is keeping him. Never mind.
Yeah, they've got the stun out onto the Bristle, but now they need to leave. Everybody coming
wanna
over
force
for
the
the
high
Dire
ground,
side. Viscous Nasal Goo, are they going to slow up Fly enough to lock him down? They've got the Aether Remnant. Now the Hex comes down to the Bristle back. The rest of PSG LGD would be here to try and siege this tier 3 tower in the high ground. Stun out onto the Bristle back. Commit the Exorcism. Telekinesis call down coming through from the Gyro. And Chalice, the save? No, it's not there. They can't even get this Death Prophet out. They've got the Sun now out on an old 11, as well as X-Nova getting low, but he'll Soul Rip to stay alive for a little bit longer. However, they've got the Hoof Stomp to hit. They'll get the kill. Fly gets X-Nova. Now they look over to old 11. 2 heroes gone on LGD. And that was with Exorcism popped and immediately taken care of. No save there for LGD. They couldn't keep the Death Prophet alive.
I think he could have stayed alive though. I think he needed to use the... I mean, either the wall or the use first before he BKB. I thought he would have actually stayed alive. Not sure if he was purged. If he was purged, then the use wouldn't be helpful. That was like a very huge turnaround because that was like a very, very strong timing for LGD. Having the timing that they have on their... Huh? Okay.
Fly dead over
You see,
bottom.
he's like here again alone. Like he's supposed to be on top. He can't be farming at this area. This is like the Dire's side of the map. For simple reference, okay, this is the then.
It's the
So
second
the left
time
side
he's
is
been
the
caught.
Radiant. Yeah, the right is the Dire. So if you're a Radiant carry, usually you want to be on this side.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, obviously there are some situations you could be on the dangerous side, but not that instance.
Dire's top
That's why he
tower
died.
is under attack.
So that's gonna give Dire another opportunity to siege. 30 seconds to the so. Bristleback TP top, so maybe they have to wait for him. Yeah, they have to wait for him. Radiant's gonna try to fight with that Bristol.
Oh, mid Void Spirit Hexed with the boat coming through, but they've got the stun out onto the
he's
Kunkka,
very
and now
tanky.
Somnus just astral steps away. Easy does it.
He's actually so tanky. Yeah.
He's got that Ags now too. I think this new Ags here for Void Spirit is one of the strongest in the game. It feels like
Yeah, why does he give
it's
him
so
two
good.
charge?
Yeah, the 2 charges to me is what makes it so strong. If it was one charge, I feel like I'd be okay with that.
The silence itself, I think, is enough. Like,
Astral step forward. Let's see if they can get the kill here on the Void Spirit. He's running away from the homing missile as well as the BKB being popped by Chalice as he puts on the pressure towards IG. But everybody's starting to get away from him. Crypt Swarm, one more shot. High ground. No, Shadow Demon gets the save there with the disruption. Silence hit, it's on the gyrocopter, but they've got the two-man stun coming out from JT, and the finger again blows up Chalice. X-Nova goes down as well. Now they'll try to Astral Step away. Somnus with a double damage, but 5 heroes here for IG to make sure that he doesn't turn. FY also dies, and LGD taking another fight that goes poorly for them.
Yep, again, overzealous with the death buffer running up the high ground. There are no
Hoof Stomp. This could be all 5. Dissimulate to survive. Another Astral Step, but they've got the X. They'll get the kill, and now they look over at Old 11. He's the last one alive for LGD. And Hex onto the Lotus Orb. Can the Quills get the kill out on Akaka? No, he's made enough space between him and the Bristleback. He's starting to take away that mana. He'll survive for a long time. However, eventually, I'd like to think eventually he ends up dead. And there it finally is. Full team wipe there for IG, and all of a sudden now the net worth is sitting even.
A bit of like miscommunication. The Bristol was like here, you know, when they are taking a fight here. He was so far away. But to his team's defense, I think he shouldn't farm this wave. He farmed this camp. He dragged the creep wave on the. I mean, I think when he cleared this wave here, he should have just run to his team. Instead, he tried to take one more wave. He dragged to the camp here. You know, this kind of things might seem like very small, but it actually affects the game. And here we get a catch again. The gyro forced to BKB.
Forced to use that 8-second BKB.
Yeah,
and
didn't die this time, but forced to use BKB.
And that could be a problem because, you know, if they want to look for Roche or take a fight here and get a couple of pickoffs and go for Roche, they don't have the BKB ready on the gyrocopter.
Oh yeah, you're right. Roche is up. So Daya is probably gonna look to do Roche. Everyone's alive. I mean, this is the thing again with this player. I noticed he's always playing like this is the dangerous. You generally shouldn't really be clearing the crit waves as a carry there. Only with specific heroes you can do. All these things are very small. It's a very small detail, you know, but it changes the game. So now they cannot contest the Roche. He has no BKB.
She's in the hands of LGD, and they've got a lead.
They have to make sure this DT does not do something suicidal in the push again.
I feel like the push needs to be a little bit more picture perfect from LGD. They've kind of faltered the last couple times.
Kind of like.
Stomp. They're gonna go for the Centaur, but they've got the Stampede now. Astral Step forward as well as the 8th Remnant. And there's the BKB being popped by Chalice. They'll get the stun out on Akaka. They have also taken out JT. This is a good fight so far for LGD, but the slow comes down to Chalice. They've got the silence out onto the Shadow Demon. Old 11 continuing to try and chase. Shadow Demon goes to the low ground, the blink forward, and it's a good job by Ali to juke him out.
Nice. But that was very, very questionable. Like, there's no way that they could kill the crystal back there. There's like, I'm sure he doesn't have the cheese, but I still don't think they weren't even. They like did like what 10% damage to him of his full HP, and now they're gonna lose their Rex unless they can blow up the Death Prophet again. But they have no Lion this time, so I highly doubt it will happen.
We'll see how much they stay for too. The more bodies that IG throws at this, the worse off they might be. Stun out on the Void Spirit. There's the finger, and they've blown him up. But now can they do that a second time? They've got the telekinesis. They'll disarm this gyrocopter. Saved by the disruption coming through. The BKB being popped by Fly. The Dissimulate now moving back is Somnus. Old 11 continuing to man the front lines on this as he is A-OK. BKB about to run out on the Kunkka. They've got the Spirit Vessel out as well as the Hex on the Bristle, but he's turning towards them still.
The Tombstone is very, very hard for them to do it at the moment. The gyro can't really hit. don't think that they can defend the Rex anymore. It's probably gonna lose. They're gonna lose the melee. Oh no, repair kit. Or why not? They have repair kit. Of course.
Hard to break through that repair kit.
This is so sad.
They're still looking to wait and maybe go back in. It seems like LGD are just looking for the proper moment if it, presents itself to dive forward. Blink, as well as the hook stomp, but they've got the telekinesis coming from FY onto the Centaur. Can they get the kill into Old 11? He's still continuing to run. He has the Essence Ring that keeps him alive. And now with the Spirit Siphon coming through from Chalice, as well as the stun from FY, 3-man stun comes out from the Lion. And that's not enough to save the Kunkka, though. They still look for JT. They've got the Viscous Nasal Goose slowing him up behind the tier 4 towers. Hex comes out from Kaka onto Old 11, as well as the stun hitting on him and the Death Prophet behind him. But now Gyro's gone without buyback. None of them have buyback, who just died.
I think that's game. This should be game. And no buyback. We can just end the game.
They have Exorcism in 20.
Yeah, I think that should be game. What an abrupt end.
Yeah, IG just trying to hold mid-set of racks, and LGD continue to poke and prod and stay, and eventually it turns out into a very advantageous fight, and I think the series.
The story of this game.
Get the kill on the Kaka.
The story of this game is this move here, where the Gyro died here twice.
Yeah, getting caught without his team. Old 11 with his back turned towards the well. Repair
How about the
kit.
laning phase? Did
Wow.
anything go wrong with the lane? Oh, they didn't end the game. Never mind. Okay, I thought they could have ended the game, so they're gonna wait for the
Repair
next
kit
ultimate.
2 OP.
Yeah, repair kit. Of course, they have repair kit. I didn't even notice they have repair kit.
And 12,000 net worth lead, and the Ancient exposed. One more fight that goes in their favor, and then that's just the end of the game.
Yeah, but that's gonna. I think the Gyro has enough time right now to make enough gold to buy like anything, just buy an extra. If they have slightly more damage, I think they can still win the team fight.
Yeah,
Like the Gyro needs to buy stuff. He has no damage right.
A lot of those heroes on LGD were slivers from death at multiple points throughout that fight, especially Old 11.
I mean, I'm thinking if the push comes, maybe he has to buy a Crystal. I think that's like the best thing he can buy. I don't think he needs to say buyback. Like either right now is if he defends the next push and he can win the game, or he just dies and they lose. So keeping buyback is like pointless right now for the Gyro. He has to buy whatever he can to boost his damage. With what little net worth he has at the moment.
Sim behind all 3 cores on LGD. And they're gonna smoke up. So they try to come through mid, try to finish
This
this
should be
game.
the last hurrah. They have to defend the high ground here. This is their best shot. They have to hold this.
JT
If they run down and fight, they will lose. They have to fight.
Blink clips out a lot of damage out onto the Bristleback immediately, and the boat flying through. They'll get the kill there on Old 11. He doesn't have buyback. The Tombstone is down, and now Chalice with the BKB. They've got the stun flying through, but is it going to be enough here for LGD to take this game? They look over at JT. They'll get the kill there onto the Centaur. They've got the telekinesis out onto the Gyrocopter. They'll get the kill. He's got buyback. He'll use it immediately. Now, negative on the run. Exorcism, though, doing a lot of damage, and the Kunkka can't hide for long. As they end up getting the kill there onto the Kunkka. He's dead for 78 seconds without buyback. Homing missile comes through over to the top, but it won't matter. Buyback is used by Old 11, and all 5 are alive for LGD once again. They look over at the Shadow Demon. Double kill there for Chalice as they take out Ali. 3 heroes without buyback, and that could just be the finishing touches.
Yep. That was the last hurrah. I thought they had a chance though when they killed the Bristleback inside. But too far behind. He just ran up the higher ground, so catcher, stun, and he died.
There's the GG called. Gyrocopter ends up dead, as does the Lion, and LGD will take the series 2-1.
PSG LGD.
I think a series which had a lot of quality. Both teams played well. And there were certain mistakes here and there, but overall, I think both teams played really well. It was a high quality series.
LGD played that.
First two games, I think first two games was about the laning phase, and the last game was more about like the movement, the map movement, on how the teams are, like how specific movements should be done, like all the very small details.
Yeah, because if at the end of the day, it kind of falls on Fly for that poor positioning over towards bottom and being away from his team in a spot that being there makes him super vulnerable.
The thing is, like, I've seen this team play a lot, and the way they play is like, I would see that, for me, I see that he's in the wrong position, but for his team, they would play around him regardless of where he is, in the right or wrong position. Like, that's how I noticed that they play. They do whatever they can for the carry. Like what I mentioned to you, like with the map, the left side on Radiant, right side for Dire, that one is usually the general consensus of how you split the map in half. But for this team, I feel like they don't really use that as a guidance or guideline to which side of the map they are playing. They tend to just follow the carry more, right? What the carry wants to do, they will just like try to support him with whatever they can do. Which in that case, I felt like even if they brought the numbers, it was difficult for them to contest that area because the Dire side were already there, ready. Like that's the downside of playing like this. Sometimes it becomes too forced to make that kind of move.
It ended